Well, don't you look like three queens? You look one, and here's me calling you witches.
Yes. I love the photo you just sent me.
Yeah. Yes, that's what we've got on our little chat on Facebook. That's the one we've got. We reckon we were dead ringers for them. We just, think it's more us, isn't it?
I really, really wanted to surprise you today because I searched high and low for three witches' hats. I
couldn't find them. Hello, Lady Bumpy. Well, I've had a terrible night because this Instagram account we've got, honestly, it is the most. It's got to be a man. It is the most cantankerous account you've ever known. Now, Sandy bought a new iPad. She can't get into it on the new iPad. I haven't got a new iPad. This one is about 8-year-old. And tonight it decided to log me out and it won't log me in again. So I'm on the phone. So everything's, I'm, with my glasses. I don't see everything in the bottom. So I do apologise, everybody.
That's all right. And I'll tell you what, we even are not upside down again. I've mastered it.
I am so impressed. She's really gone techie. Cathy's really gone techie. She really has. Yeah.
Well, look at my beautiful girls. We're all together.
You are. Are you having a good time?
Yes.
You have to come in a bit more. Yeah. Come in a bit more. Come on.
Come on.
Let us see you.
Let me see you. Let me see those lovely faces.
There we go. There we go.
And I bet you're just talking about scams.
Yes.
Yeah. See? This is it. This is it, isn't it? We never sort of have time off, do we? You sort of see somebody, you meet somebody, and you talk about scams and scammers. We're boring.
I know.
Aren't we?
I know. I'm going to hand over the chair to Gayleen first.
Yeah.
Because like you, Ruth, we have had a week of iTunes card scams and cryptocurrency.
Can I show you something while you're changing over? Because I just saw this tonight, just minutes before I came on. And this is one of the worst things I've ever seen. It's absolutely horrible. John J. Irwin?
Mm-hmm.
That one that sings. Right, so they've got a fake John Irwin page, or John Jerwin, as the scammers call him, with this, right?
Oh.
Do you know what the message is? Honey, I lost my baby this morning, and I feel like crying all year.
Oh.
That's
low even for scammers.
Yeah.
Absolutely low even for scammers. And I'm sorry, but there's only somebody as low as a scammer who would even think of putting that on.
That's true.
But and we just know that behind this they're going to be asking for money.
Yeah, of course they are.
Yeah. And it's
of course they are.
Just you change over. We've just had a week of just how low down they can be.
It's awful. Here you go, Gayleen. You're in the chair.
You see, she just loves the spotlight, does our Gayleen, don't you?
Oh.
I was saying to Cathy earlier that we seem to go away from cards and coins, and we seem to go towards just money and PayPal and Cash Apps and things like this. But it has started going back, hasn't it?
It has. Yes. Yeah.
She said you've had the same.
Yeah. Not good.
Are they still going for these Steam cards, or is it iTunes, or?
Depends on what country, I suppose. Yeah, I think it depends on which country that they're in.
And
tell Ruth about what happened. Tell Ruth about what happened this week.
Oh, yeah, this week we had one in Melbourne, not Melbourne, Brisbane, and one in Auckland. And the poor girl in Auckland is beside herself, but at least she has listened, but she's in a bad way.
And do you
So
know what's worse about that? I mean, we know it's happened.
Mm.
She'll never get over it, and they won't care.
no, no, they won't.
They don't care what state they leave anybody in, because they've got what they want.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's just foul. Have you been busy, Alicia? Where's she gone? She's hiding.
No,
Yeah, I can see you're hiding there.
oh, all right. Yep.
Yeah, you see, you don't get away with it.
No. Yeah. I think they're going back to steam cars, maybe because they're, they try other ways of getting money, like with the money transfers as well, like going to Western Union and all that. Yeah, probably. And gift cards, they're probably willing to take that little bit of a loss when they trade it in, because they do lose that little bit.
I think so. I mean, we've got an old friend of mine who, and I say that loosely. It's not. He's not really. Oh, I can't do it, can I? Because I might be able to find him on Facebook. And he started off just buying cards. So if you wanted to put in, if you got $100 card, he would give you $50 for it.
Yeah.
He's now one of the richest people,
Yeah.
in the area. He's such a well-dressed guy. I'm sure that you'll agree with me.
Oh, that looks like look like something his mother should be wearing.
Yeah, I once said that to him, and he said it was because he loved his grandma. I said, well,
Oh, yeah.
my boys love the grandma, but they don't walk around dressed like me.
No,
He has,
not at all.
so Obibi has a fan, right? A wavy fan, and it's got Obibi Maro, King of the Boys, and he has lots and lots of boys working for him, and that's Obibi. I remember when he had nothing.
Yeah.
I ran into him when he had nothing, and we quarrelled a bit.
Yeah,
After he decided he wanted to marry me, we quarrelled. But these lads make a fortune on cards, and of course the Bitcoin.
Yeah, the Bitcoin's direct money. Yeah, they just go to their ATM machine or wherever and get the money off their wallet. I hate gift cards and Bitcoin. Yeah,
Because
gift cards
they're too anonymous.
Yeah.
Yeah. We always get our victims saying, I want to get them.
Yeah.
I want him put behind bars. I want him in prison. And I'm trying to explain that, well, you can't, because who are you going to go after?
Yeah. And even when they do get caught, they only get a slap on the wrist, a fine, and they walk free to do it again.
Yeah.
And it's so easy for them to go and start again. They just go and find someone to work with and start making money again. Try to get back onto systems.
As we've said before, I mean, hi Joe, Nigeria really likes this, because when they do go to court, the actual scammer will get 2 years in prison or $100 fine.
Of
But
course you're going to pay the bloody...
Well, yeah, he'll have that in his back pocket, ready to tip the judge off. But if they've got phones, if they've got laptops, even if they bought a car, they would they are forfeited to the Nigerian government. The Nigerian government sell them and keep the money.
I know it's wrong. It never comes back to the victims.
It's a racket all round, isn't it? I mean, really, they can't. And so people wonder why they don't do anything about it, because they're making a lot of money, on the side, really, from it.
Yeah. And there's so much poverty there, and the government don't do nothing. They're getting all this money, and
there is a lot of poverty there, but I never see the ones that's the scammers who are openly really well off giving any money away.
No.
I mean, once or twice, sometimes they'll want to be the big boy, But
yes,
mostly they're living in hotels because
yes,
it's cheaper for them.
yeah,
And they you know, or they'll buy an apartment. I was reading not long ago that in Nigeria, in Lagos, they've got so much demand for executive apartments, they can't build them quick enough.
yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I reckon that's because they've got nobody who wants to work.
yeah, because they don't get paid very well, the people that build the houses. They, you know,
Well,
they're
they
looked down
sort
upon.
of, well, they sort of do. If you take, you know, sort of cost of living there, if they turn up and
Yes,
work, they sort of do. But
yeah,
why turn up and do a job, you know, hauling bricks around if you can get $2,000 or $3,000 a week
that's true.
by
And
sitting
that's
on your
why kids,
phone and scan it?
some kids are dropping out of school and going and
Mhm.
starting. Yeah, yeah,
I
it's,
like, I like, I like the confessions, which we really need to get through to people. Like this confession is a script, because
yes, yeah,
they'll say things like, "Well, you know, he was very sorry. He was very
yeah.
sorry. He scammed me," and
Although, yeah,
yeah, and
oh,
you know,
sorry, go on.
yeah, I say he's very sorry, he scammed me, and he really fell in love with me, and
Oh,
you know, he's very, very sorry. Of course, he's not going to give you the money back, but he's very
no,
sorry
of course not. Yeah, because I had
because
one. I called out and he took me. He video called me straight away and then showed me around the area. He must have been visiting his mother for the day and showed me the poverty. And he was smoking weed and all that, you know, at the same time, you know. And yeah, just call me. Oh, can you? On my birthday's next week. Can you send me a $50 gift card?
well,
Put their
there was a lady used to work with us a few years ago. Sadly, she died, but Wilma. And Wilma and I coincidentally had the same scammer that was coming to the page. And so we got the sub story. And he lived in a little concrete room and he didn't have anything. And he was so poor, this is the only thing he could do because he hadn't eaten for 3 days. And he showed you around this room and it was literally a rug on a floor, a
yeah,
dirty rug on a dirty floor. And the
yeah,
funny thing was, that they showed the same video to her that they showed to me. So they obviously had a video that they were just all
yeah,
making it look. They were probably in the Hilton Hotel, you
yeah,
know.
for sure. A whole group
But
of them sitting there partying,
yeah,
all on their looking at their phones, talking
with
to
their
their
brandy,
victims with
with
their
their
copy and paste.
brandy, yeah,
Yeah,
the
cough
brandy and the
medicine.
weed,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh,
And do you know
yeah,
what's the strange thing that people I've actually had it said to me before that do you down there deal with the same scams that we do? And of course, it's
yeah,
the same scam
yeah,
the world over.
yeah. Same storyline. Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Same.
they're always prepared, Ruth, and have an answer. They do. Some of the answers are pretty stupid. In fact, oh, do you know, it's screwed all my night up. This because I had a really good one with see if I can find it with Prince Fazard, Prince Hamden.
Oh, yeah, yes, yes.
Um, mm, well, there was a good one I've got of him. Now, poor man. Those who risk their heart, beloved, get all hurt, and all because there was so many challenges and obstacles. Now, I'm not sure Paul Fazer's got these obstacles.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm, I
Hell
mean,
is it?
what if someday no one will see me again? I just want peace of mind because I'm too young to be stressed.
Yeah, yeah. In Nigeria.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then you accuse them of it, and they say, "How do you know?"
Mm,
I mean,
you
they
just, yeah,
do
just your
because they
bad grammar.
just all sound the same as stupid idiots.
That's right, exactly. Yeah.
So,
I can't see that one.
Cathy, what have you been up to?
Oh, come here, madam. Our queen. There you go.
The chief witch.
Yep.
Yeah, rubber duck.
Oh, yes, they call me Mother Duck. Yeah, we thought that we were going to have a nice week, but we have been bombarded with victims. Absolutely bombarded.
Busy. It really, I can't see much going up, Joe, and everybody else, because I'm on my phone. So I'm
That's all right.
myopic.
Now, Alicia was Gayleen was saying that we had 2 victims this week with the cryptocurrency and the STEM cards. Hers was in Brisbane, mine was in New Zealand. Very, very, very sad story. This lady, I'll protect her privacy, but this lady
Hi, Sandy.
is on a visiting visa, a study visa to New Zealand, single mum, 2 children, and she had invested in a cryptocurrency scheme, and they literally stripped her totally out of cash. She even sold her car, pawned all her jewellery. When she came to me, she had no food at all in the house, couldn't even buy a carton of milk, nothing.
She can't have a cup of tea. That's really serious.
Yeah, I know, it's really serious. And
Very serious.
I put her in contact with the Salvation Army in St. Vincent's de Paul to see if they can help her with food vouchers.
Yeah.
And I also asked her to go and see her student counsellors, because her visa fee was due again next week. She can't pay her rent. So we're brainstorming. Lovely, lovely lady, very intelligent lady. She's a doctor in her own home, in her home country, and she's out here doing her masters. And I'm very proud of her in what she's done. She's listened to me, and she's gone to her counsellors, been able to give her food vouchers. Her religious community has been able to give her $1,000 towards the visa, and she just has to find an extra $600. I told her she's going to the bank to put a fraud report in, all the transactions, and Ruth, I know this for a fact. If you go to the bank and you have all your documentation and you tell them that you have been left destitute, the banks do have a heart when they really have to.
They do. I mean, we aren't as lucky as you are down there, because our banks, but in the week I had a lady who lost £20,000. Again, gift cards, again, iTunes cards. But I said, they were saying, we're looking to get the money back. So I said, you're not going to get it back, because they were looking for, the recovery specialists. And I said, you're not going to get it back. You really won't. But anyway, I said, go to the bank, because this was in the UK. I said, go to the bank. They got half of it back, which was better than, she got 10 grand back. So it's better than nothing. I know in Australia, it's totally different. Sadly, in the States, it's really different. They don't refund as much as they do in other places.
Terribly, terribly sad. I don't know if it's their economy or if it's their rulings over there. And I understand their point of view too, where if they keep refunding all the victims, the economy will suffer. I understand that. But when
the worst thing is, the scammers are still getting all the money. Sadly. But, at least they get... It's always been the same in the States. They've never had a situation where they've really, refunded a great deal of money. But I always say to everybody, if you did any transaction through the bank, go to your bank first and as quick as you can.
Yes.
Because, it's sort of... swallow your pride, because they've heard it all before. They're not going to judge you. They really do not judge you. And they are very, depending on where you live, they're usually very, very good. And even in America, where they don't get a lot of money back, they will help with making sure it doesn't happen again. Now, the thing is, Gina, I mean,
Oh my goodness, Gina.
Gina's got a potty mouth tonight. You know, Joe the guy, but you mean Joe the juicer, Misty? Oh, dear me. Honestly, it's late night here, and these ladies have gone all to pot. I don't know what they're on. I'm on orange juice. I don't know what they're drinking. Hello, Ballarat. Well, I hope you're in a good mood, Ballarat, because all the others have had a few.
Yeah,
They really do think they do.
About an hour from me. So hi, Anita.
Hi, Jane. Yeah, and it's just, you know, it is hard and it is tough. And you know, the thing that we've got, the thing that always gets to me is if you put anything publicly, you will always get criticism. Oh, how does people even, surely everybody knows about this. How do people fall for this? Oh, I could throttle them. I really could. I think it's very unfair. Somebody put on my page on Twitter, well, I've got no sympathy for them. These old ladies thinking they're getting young men. It's just like old men going to Thailand and getting a young Thai bride. And this man and I had quite a conversation about it. Then I blocked him. But so, you know, he wasn't going to have anything. But it's just so misunderstood, this crime. It's nobody understands how big it is. Nobody understands how lasting the effects of the crime stays with you forever. You can't do anything about it. Even if you get the money back, you can't do anything about, you can't stop the fact that the scam happened. You know?
And that's what I said. Sorry, Ruth, go on.
That's what people do not appreciate, the fact that the hurt is deep.
Oh, it's very deep. It's very deep. And that's what I always say to our victims down here. Don't be embarrassed.
Yeah.
And don't be ashamed, because it can happen to anyone. And like I tell my victims also, be totally honest with me and be totally with your financial institution. And I don't care how degrading it sounds or how shocking it sounds. If you're honest from day one, we will help you. We will help you. Now, when you say the Australian banks, we're very, very lucky. I mean, look at me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was fortunate where I did get all my money back.
Yeah.
But mine was through work.
I was going to say, but that's the way that you, I mean, I'm going to say you were lucky in the way you paid them, but you know what I mean? That they did take the money through that system, and so you could get that back.
And you know what I'm like, Ruth?
Hi, Shortness.
I'm a silent assassin.
Silent.
What do you reckon, girls?
It's not what I would have said, but the assassin bit, I'll go with that one. Yeah. I'll go with that one.
Come here. Come on, Gayleen. Come on. Help me here. Silent assassin. Yeah. So one, like for instance with you, when you have your victims come to you, and you know what I hate, Ruth, is when they argue with you. Or they go on and on and on, and they don't listen to a bloody word you're saying.
No.
You know?
No, not at all. Tell you what, I really, Sandy and I have had this week, where people have said, well, I'm sorry, I've met him. I'm sorry, you're wrong, it is him, because I've met him. And you're thinking, I know you haven't met him. I mean, one guy is very famous for not speaking a word of English. He's from Lebanon. He's a television commentator from Lebanon, and he doesn't speak a word of English. And this woman had met him twice. I've been there.
Oh, yeah.
I've been. No, he's not from Lebanon. He's from, I can't remember where, but she'd met him. Now, at that point, I stop because they're not only lying to you, they're lying to themselves because they know they're lying.
Mm,
Um,
mm,
you know, you've there is nothing you can get through once they start to say such outrageous lies because they haven't
mm,
met
mm,
him. You
mm.
know, they really haven't met him.
No, of course they have. Of
I
course
mean,
they have.
you know, they
Um,
can't.
and another thing is too, and look, I had to put a very official post up on my group during the week, and I was just so over people, and I know that you and Sandy talked about this, and you and Dustin, how people continuously send in, do you know this person or do you know that person? Why are you talking to them?
Yep.
Yeah.
I had one of my victims call me, video call me very, very late at night, and I couldn't understand a word she was saying. I couldn't, and I just had to say, look, I'm
Mhm.
sorry, but you are not listening
Yeah.
to me. Now, Caesar has also been dealing with her, and I had to message Caesar, and he messaged me back saying, what was his exact words? He said, after speaking to her, sorry, he said, I've messaged her. She said your message was honest and it hit home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have
Please.
to be.
Oh,
And I'll tell you what, I have a lady who is coming to meet her, of course. You know, he's about 39, she's 65. And he's coming to meet her, and she's been sending him cards and cash. And we are wrong, and he is real. Now, I was talking to a son who's also spoken to him. And well, he said, I thought he was real as well. But he started to ask for more and more money. But the thing is, this is her third.
what?
This is her third. And she's
Oh, for Pete's.
sending money to a third scammer. Now, two things here. One, it's not long since her husband died. She must be never have got off her phone since the funeral. She's going from one to the other. And I said to her son, it's going to be the same ones. They know what she responds to. So it's going to be the same ones. So
Yes, the same scammers coming back,
yeah,
creating another fake coming
this
up.
is it.
No,
They sort of like keep they just try another ones.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't care what people. I know we listen to everybody's story, so we've got a different take on everything. But if you, so we listen to everybody's story. Oh, we know they all sound the same. How many different sounding scammers are there out there? None. They all sound the same, or
Yeah.
as similar as you can realize,
Mm,
you know.
mm.
And it's just, oh, honestly, we've got a little animated GIF that we put on our things of somebody bashing their head against a wall, because that's what you feel like sometimes, you
oh
know.
yeah, yeah.
And I get it. I'm a widow, you know. Cathy is. It's not nice, but
No.
you know, I don't want anybody by text. I don't want anybody, but I don't want anybody by text. And it's just crazy what they're getting away with.
Yeah.
And you know, it needn't happen. That's the thing.
No, 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 no. And you have to look, yes, you're compassionate with them when they first come to you. You listen to their story, but if they keep going on and on and on and not listening to the
Yeah.
education that you are giving the victim, you have to put, as you say, put your big girl pants on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and that's, well, the girls know what I'm like, you know, they'll let you know what's happening. Can you go?
I know.
Getting in there.
There we see, there we see the little coven all together.
The girls will often email me and they'll say, Cathy, we've got a problem with such and such, because they know what I'm like. I won't come down hard, but I'll be very, very official with them, because you have to.
You have to.
I mean,
and I think I don't have a problem coming down hard with people. If after I know I've turned them round, we soften up and be nice to them again, you know?
Yeah.
Because I just thought I would show everybody that this is the ladies having their celebration tea.
Oh, God. Honestly, you're incorrigible, Ruth.
Well, do you know, I mean, you had to have a celebration for your birthday, didn't you? You know,
I just can't believe that we are one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord. Anyway, I'm taking my beautiful girls out. I'm shouting them. I'm taking them out on Saturday. And we're going to have a big lunch and just to celebrate. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't have done it too.
Do you know what? Do you know what the amazing thing is about doing this? When the very first night, I mean, there's a lot happened in between, but the very first night, the first ScamHaters United was born, I had this lofty idea of United being a team. I've said that often, and it's very, very true. But I didn't know where that team was going to come from. I just knew that it was what was needed, because you can't do it on your own. And it's amazing the people that wander through your life doing this. And then you've done the same. You've got it as well. You know, I mean, we've got all the bad ones in Warner's. I mean, bless them. They're not really sort of, they're not really right in the head in Warner's. But they probably agree with me, you know. But there are people, you know, look, you've got Kyla and Beryl, you know. Hi, Denise. We've got Denise. Denise, we're talking about how mentally ridiculous we all are, and how we must have a screw loose to do this every day. That's just what we're talking about. But you know, all these people have come together, and the thing is, everybody turns up every day and does something. Now we've got Warner's. Now, yeah, look at the hairdressers, Denise. We've got Warner's. Now they do something very different. You know, they will find fake accounts, and they will put, as polite as they can get away with, as impolite as they can get away with, pictures, memes, all sorts of things on there. And it works to get the attention of people. I mean, we had one today, and we got her. The comment had been on there 4 minutes, and we got to her. But it's just, it annoys the scammers, which is just something that's a bonus. But sometimes you've just got to get attention so that they can be on this profile, and somebody saying, oh, you know, send me a message, honey, so that you can tell them, you know, that don't, because this isn't real.
Beware is right. Did you get my message about our Jimmy Barnes?
No, I haven't. Probably not. I haven't. I have. Oh, ScamHaters United Gmail. I'm having a problem with it.
On Facebook. Now, Jimmy Barnes, everyone knows who Jimmy Barnes is in Australia. He's a rock and roll musician, very, very famous. And he actually did a video to alert people that he's been scammed. So I'll have to send it to you again, Ruth.
Yeah.
I'll have to send it again to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll look for that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. So we've got to, I don't know. The only thing we can keep doing, Ruth, is awareness.
Keep doing what we're doing. That's all. I mean, we've got a lady on our page, and there was one that's going to get married to Brian May. Now,
Oh, not your Brian.
my Brian.
Oh,
My
Yeah.
Brian. My is it?
yeah.
That's my heater because it's a really cold night.
Fine.
Yes, she says that him and his wife have been divorced. Now, I know that's not true because if there had been, he would have come to marry me. So we know that Brian and Anita's not divorced. But Brian is used a lot by scammers. But the thing is, this lady has sent about £5,000 dollars. 'Cause she's in America. She's sent about $5,000. She hasn't got any more money left, and she's trying to sell family jewelry that she's got.
Oh no.
And I'm just thinking, oh honey, if you were a Brian fan, you would know that Brian would not do that. We also have another we also have another lady who is with Ricky Savage, who is the guitarist with Def Leppard.
Oh,
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to get.
So she's with him now. Luckily, we've actually got her out of it.
Okay.
Good.
So she's lost quite a lot of money, and she was very upset that she's not going to get it back. But at least she's out of the scam. And we've got something on our page, and it's Joe Elliott of Def Leppard, and he did a warning thing. Now, Ricky Savage hadn't, but Joe Elliott did, and she saw the video that Joe did, and Joe mentioned about the whole of the band being used by scammers, and that's how she came to us, because we had it on there. It's a good one to put on, actually, because it does get quite a lot of attention. And it was just so sad, because these ladies believe, truly, even though it's a celebrity, you know, the
They
scam
believe.
is this.
They believe.
Yeah,
When they say that they can't access their money because their management looks after their money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
and do you know the thing is, I know we've got the membership cards and the fan cards. I know we've got them. And they all, buy a fan card, buy a membership card. I've seen them from $500 to $5,000.
Yeah.
I mean, Sandra Bullock is going for the $5,000,
Jesus.
Now, the thing is, yes, they're doing well with them, but they do better with romance scams because they're easier.
Yes.
Yeah. Romance scam is the easiest thing to do because it's just being nice to people.
Yeah.
And they get a response from it. Now, there was something else as well. I don't know how you are on down there, but there's a lady in the States, and her scammer started paying off her credit card.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So he started off paying off her credit card, and then he would send her money, and she would convert it into bitcoins and cards. But the thing is, and I've had this before, when you give them, she knew there was an account made in her name. She didn't do anything about it. But when you help them and give them so many details, then no, the three ladies in the bottom are from Australia
and New Zealand.
Yeah, I was just sorry. I was just going to see Cathy, not you, Cathy.
Yes.
The other Cathy. Right, Cathy, down below, Callow, Cathy. So we've got Australia and New Zealand, Australia, New Zealand down the bottom here, and I'm the one that's up the other end of the world. They're stood on the head stamp there. I mean, I don't know how they don't fall off. But yes. So right. So Yeah, with this lady now in the States, if you get money going into your account and it goes straight back out again, that doesn't matter. Over a certain amount, even if you get 5 little amounts and it all, you're welcome, and you're all, add up, the inland revenue gets to know about it. So even if it goes in the account and out of the account the same day, you have to pay tax on that money.
Yeah. Yes, you do. Yeah.
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 And people don't realize that. And also, people don't realize how much they're actually putting through the accounts, because it's a bit here and a bit there and a bit 2 or 3 times a week, and a bit. He'll be really nice and say, well, you can keep this a couple of $100 and things like that. And
Yeah.
this actually, she had no idea how much she'd laundered, and it was a huge amount. And then she was hit with the money laundering. She was hit with, is she drunk? What's the matter with Cathy? Sorry, Cathy, it's morning down there. I was only kidding. Yeah, she was hit with tax. She was hit with everything. And bless her, she's going to prison as well. So, it's Henry. Oh, Henry. Maisie's gone
He's just
to bed.
He's just woken up. Here he is.
Hey, Henry.
Hello.
Oh,
Kiss,
no.
kiss.
Kiss, kiss.
Kiss, kiss. No.
No,
He loves Gayleen.
I was going to say, once he's Gayleen, that's what the thing is. He's wondering what. Oh, there, look. Oh, I'm sorry, Alicia. But he's just in love with Gayleen. I've seen the pictures. I'd check her suitcase when she goes, honestly.
Yes.
I would. But yeah, it's a really strange world. Now, I've said this to Cathy before. It's a really strange world that is our world, because it's what we deal with every day. And people don't understand what we deal with every day at all,
I think a lot of people would be what we deal with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot that we don't talk about. And
well,
there's
people, and I often say this, and they say, we do say about it can happen to anybody. I had one of my best ones years ago was I was contacted by a guy from Ghana, and he wanted me to contact this woman who was a surgeon in Chicago, because she was being scammed, and he thought she was paying too much money, and he was getting really guilty. So he said, I would like you to contact. And I thought to myself, do I? Do I take this guy for real? So in the end, he was telling me, honestly, on a video call, he was telling me about they were using black magic on this woman across the world so that she would send more money.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, how do I have this conversation? I did talk to the Chicago doctor. She was being scammed, and I got her out of it. I didn't confess to the black magic because I wasn't quite sure how to introduce it to the conversation, to be honest. Hello, surgeon. Have you felt a bit funny lately because they've been using black magic on you? But yeah, that was, I could write 10 books. Never mind just one.
Hogan.
Oh, yes. I know, I quite like Hogan because he's the god of iron.
I know.
Like he's. But what gets me is I've been quite upset with these temples because they keep taking my picture down to the temple so that I can get black magicked. But have you seen the temples they're taking down to? They're filthy. They're really scruffy. I mean, they don't keep them very clean at all.
They're pretty bloody dirty, guys.
Yes.
Well, they are, aren't they? I mean, I've seen my picture being burnt in some really seedy places. I will say once, and it was the worst time I've ever had. They sacrificed a cat.
Oh my god!
And I didn't switch it off quickly enough. because they don't care if they upset you.
Oh,
They really don't care if they upset you. And you know, you just think that you can't hate them anymore, and they proved it. They proved to you that you can, because they, you know.
very, very quickly. Lady Budgie, Henry is not a Cocker Spaniel. He's a King Charles Cavalier. Lord Henry. His name is actually, he's a purebred, and his actual name is Lord Henry Brindabella.
Well, poor Henry.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've got a king in the house.
well, this is it. Well, I think Maisie's gone to bed. She's gone to bed.
Oh,
She sits and waits for me.
yeah. You know, and also, Ruth, very, very quickly before we finish, reiterating about please delete your spam messages. Oh my God. How many times do we have to reiterate that?
Yeah.
Too much.
Because it's just saying
I would just like the myth of social media meeting lots of people, because they go in the spam messages, and they'll say something like, "Oh, you know, I just thought I would contact you. You know, you really look beautiful," and this sort of thing. And how many times do we have to say that would not happen in real life?
No.
Exactly. I
just wouldn't.
message
Where they say, "Oh, you've lost money. I'm a recovery agent, or I can help you track down your scammer and get your money back." No, just delete. Yeah.
I get lots of those on Twitter. I don't know why, but I get lots of those on Twitter. But I've got a thing, actually, because when they do, they say, "Have you been the victim of a scam?" And I always answer, "Do I look stupid?" And they don't know what to come back with, because I'm thinking, if I'm honest with you, sometimes I just get rid of them. And it's about the opposite to the way I feel, but it's not the opposite to the way I feel about them.
Yeah.
You know.
As I keep saying to you, Ruth, wouldn't it be wonderful if you and Sandy and I and all the other girls would just put in a room with them?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
5 minutes with my scammer.
They
my
wouldn't. They wouldn't know what's hit them, really.
No.
They really wouldn't. And you know what? I find the only place now that I talk to them, they still get 10 minutes. But the only time I do answer them back is on Twitter, because on Twitter I've got a different name and a different picture. And also my picture on Twitter is an AI woman with grey hair. So I've not taken anybody else's picture, I've made it, and it's a completely different name. So, you know, I can argue with them back on there. But they get angry with you when you start to answer them back. And, you know, they'll say things like, "Excuse me, madam, you know, have some respect in your voice when you speak to me." Yeah, no.
You know who I yeah.
Yeah, do you know who I am? Yeah. So
It's sickening.
Misty, they'd be shaking it. "Oh, wouldn't they, Misty? But wouldn't we enjoy it? Really? We could fill a plane, couldn't we? Really? We could fill a plane. We could go over and we could lure them all into a room, and they wouldn't walk out again. Wouldn't."
No.
And you're right. You know, you were saying, I had a message from a girlfriend of mine that I went to school with, and she's up in Queensland. And she said, "Cathy," she said, "I got this yesterday," and this is typical of them. "Hi, beautiful woman. I stumbled upon your post and found it really interesting. I'd love to learn more about your thoughts and experiences. Would you mind if we connect? If you wouldn't mind, please click add friend so we can continue the conversation. Thank you."
I mean,
And what they do.
on Twitter, I'm finding that they've got a very good way of hacking on Twitter, but you've got to you get them, and when you're used to them, you just click them away. But they hack blue tick accounts, they hack older accounts. So sometimes you'll accept them as followers because they might have something that even just political or something like that. So you think they're real. And then of course they contact you and they're not, so you block them. But they immediately, they've got somebody there. And it's just the idea that they are sat in rooms looking for victims is appalling. And it's just, what sort of people are they? I put Kieran, and I clean out the spam folder often. Well, on Facebook, they don't contact me anymore on there. But as I say, on Twitter, I do, because our Twitter page isn't very old and it's only got a few followers. So I'm trying to build that up.
Can I just ask you something? This new thing that's happening in May, where they're deleting live videos on Facebook.
Yeah.
What's happening with that? Will all our videos from ScamHaters go, or what's the story?
You do your lives through Facebook, don't you?
Yes.
I don't know what I can. If you just leave them there as they are, I think they will go. Misty's had a few tonight. She can't type. I don't know why. I really don't know why. But it's called Snap Save. And it just put in the Google thing, Snap Save. And if you put the URL in there, you can download that video in a way that you can keep it easier. And I think that's what's going to happen. We don't use Facebook.
Yeah, I use the actual.
You use an app, don't you?
I use StreamYard.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, and then do it through that, and then it goes live on Facebook.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I doubt whether Facebook is as powerful as it makes out, because even with our reporting form, it's good some days and not other days. They obviously, not everything's on full power all the time. And as it gets to Friday, we always have glitches on a Friday because they're improving something. And so I don't know. I have given up wondering what Facebook's going to do. I would love it to topple over and just go, but it never will. Scammers pay. Yeah, that's right, Tina. Me, myself, and I. And they don't care. We had somebody, a recovery scam in the week, and the very, very text of this recovery scam was, don't commit suicide or anything crazies. Come to us and we will get your money back. And that was their words. Don't commit suicide or do anything crazies. Come to us and we will get your money back. So they know how they push people. They know how bad they can be. And they actually say it in writing.
They're just recovery scams. Always go to your financial institution. Full stop.
Yes, and do not do anything online. The harm happened online. Don't stay online to get yourself out of it, because you're not going to do it.
No, because they can continue asking you for more fees.
Oh yes, they do. They do.
It's yeah. Don't do it.
I had one lady that lost about $8,000 in a recovery scam because he sounded so good and he was so sure that he had the scammer. He wanted money for a flight to Nigeria and to hire an investigator in Nigeria, and they were going to go and arrest this guy. And she paid it because she thought, she believed it. and it's
Yeah.
just lowest of the low. I will let you ladies go. It's been a
Can
very
we say goodbye?
quick hour.
It really was.
Say thank you so much, British Bulldog.
Thank you very much. I resemble that remark. Yes.
You know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love you ladies too. And I will say this every day of my life. I don't know how I've had such wonderful people come into my life as I've had doing this. All of you,
Oh, you're
everywhere.
right.
It's just amazing.
Always my gardening angel. You know that I say that all the time.
We look after each other. Good night, Gina. We will be back to do the same thing tomorrow. I always say this. Gina's our page police off Instagram. Gina keeps an eye on there to make sure people don't put things that they shouldn't put. There's Misty. She's been around a while, haven't you, Misty?
Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight.
Yes.
Another informative chat, and I will see you in 2 weeks.
Yes. Good night, Ladybug. And yeah, you have a great time. And
we will
have a great Saturday.
Well, Alicia flies back next Thursday, and Gayleen, you leave in 10 days' time, don't you? Where's that time gone?
I don't know.
You know, Gayleen, when you first arrived, I thought to myself, oh, good, she's got such a nice long time there. It's flown. It really has flown. Yeah.
It's flown.
Yep,
it's flown.
It has.
Yeah.
Okay, my darling.
Right.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good time, ladies. Bye now. Bye.
Bye.